North Carolina State Senator Wiley Nickel made his national television debut as a congressional candidate on our program. Now he's a winner on his way to Washington.
This is a win about sending a message that folks are tired of far-right extremists. If you run as 100% pro-Trump in a district like this, you are going to lose, and that's more important than winning this election. The message we send with this, that far-right extremists are going to be rejected by voters because they know the difference, and we get to send that message with this win.
That is Democratic Representative-elect now, Wiley Nickel. He was celebrating a decisive victory in North Carolina's 13th congressional district over Trump-backed Republican Bo Hines. The New York Times reported Bo Hines was, quote, seen as a rising star by some in the Trump wing of the party. Bo Hines said access to abortion for rape and incest victims should be decided by what he called a community-level review.
Are you saying that you would accept an exception for rape or incest in North Carolina?
I think in certain cases, yes. Obviously, in a case like that where, a 10-year-old woman, or 10-year-old girl, I should say, obviously should not be able to go through with that pregnancy. I mean, that's something, it's a horrific tragedy that there has to be exceptions in place for.
Okay. So is it more the rape and the incest or her age, I guess?
Well, I mean, I think it's a combination of both, but you have to look at each individual case and look at each individual circumstance and see what happens there.
Joining us now is Representative-elect Wiley Nickel of North Carolina. Thank you very much for returning to us to join us tonight. Real pleasure to have you here. Was that the decisive moment in your campaign when he said that about what a 10-year-old girl would have to go through after being a victim of rape or incest?
It was certainly an important moment for our campaign because it showed, what a far-right extremist we were up against. It's an issue that we continue to talk about because, women's rights were on the ballot in this election. This case-by-case, community-level review for victims of rape, was something that was far out of step with the voters in this district.
It was a very close race that you won. You're a state senator. You could have stayed, presumably, in the state Senate. What made you make the decision to take this risk and run for the House of Representatives?
Well, I wanted to do all I could to make sure that we continue to make gains in Congress. But this race really was about sending a message. I'm glad to be going to Congress to represent the 13th district, but we were able to send a message for any, swing districts. This was a 50-50 seat that if you stand 100% pro-Trump, say you want to be a MAGA warrior, and, you're going to lose at the ballot box. And for anyone else who, stands with the, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Madison Cawthorn wing of the Republican Party, they may do okay in Republican plus 20 districts, but we're going to reject them at the ballot box in swing districts like this one.
Do you know if it was helpful in your race to have Sherry Beasley running as strong a campaign as she did statewide for Senate?
I think absolutely. We won, you saw there, just by a little over 2 points. A lot of people came out to vote for Sherry Beasley. And if she hadn't run such a strong campaign, there's a chance we might not have won this race. So, when in a close election like this, everything matters. And, she did a really good job making sure that folks got out to vote.